Namaste.
Sindhu ji, namaste.
Namaste, Ashu. Radhe Radhe. How are you?
Radhe Radhe. I'm good. How are you?
Very well.
So, so let us begin. Let's start with 3 rounds of deep breath and Om chanting. So we'll just empty our belly and we'll inhale a deep breath. Deep and long breath. Now we'll do 3 rounds of Om chanting. Let's keep our eyes closed for a while and observe our body, our posture, that we're sitting straight if possible, spine is straight. Observe our breath. Be conscious of our body from toe to the head. Be conscious of our breath, how it is flowing. Naturally. Be conscious of all the sounds that we can hear around us. Be conscious of how we are feeling right now. Are we feeling fine? Not so fine? Either ways, let us just try to relax and observe whatever is happening in our body, in our mind, and all the 5 senses. So today, we will need to be conscious and aware for what we are going to explore. We are going to explore what is called natural acceptance. In Hindi, Sahaj Svikriti. And this space inside us is a space of knowledge, direct knowledge. It's a space of feeling. We simply feel what is naturally acceptable to us or not acceptable. So, in order to distinguish and locate this place of natural acceptance inside our mind, we will need to have a very sharp eye of observation. So, hence, I have asked all of you to first observe the body, all the sounds, the breath, and also then all activities happening in the mind. If we notice the activities of the mind are deeper than the five sense perception. The thought, thinking is another layer, different from the perceiving layer of five senses. There's another layer separate from the thought, is a layer where we feel. It's a separate and third activity of the mind is where we are feeling. And we can observe all these three separately. Now, hold on and focus on this space of feeling. Let's concentrate on the space inside us which feels. This is the space where our natural acceptance is also felt. Now, I will ask you some questions, a series of questions, and answers will come to you. Try to observe that where are these answers coming from? Are they coming from the area of mind where there are five senses? Are your answers coming from your thought and thinking level? Or for these questions and their answers, you are not even thinking. You simply feel and know the answer. So, my first question is, and ask yourself internally, do I want to be happy? There is surely a yes coming. Feel and observe this space where the yes instantly came from. You may even notice your body, and maybe you will even feel some sensation in body in some area where this answer just comes from. Do not try to force and look for the space. Let's just be patient and stay watching. So, do I want to be happy? Yes. Do I want harmony in myself? Yes. Do I want harmony in my relationships, all my relationships. Yes. Do I want that the whole world be in harmony? Do I want that there be peace and prosperity in my life and my family? Do I want peace and prosperity on all earth? Do I want trust in my relationships? Do I want respect? Do I want love? Yes. We can slowly open our eyes if we have to, or stay closed and observing and be listening. Hmm. So, which area inside us answered all these questions? It was definitely not the thinking part of our mind. We just know it, that what is acceptable to us. And similarly, we also know from this part what is not acceptable to us. For example, do I want complaints in my relationship? Instantly we know no. Do I want conflict in my relationship? No. This part inside us is in touch with pure truth. It cannot be corrupted. It can never be corrupted. It is always correct. And this is my proposal, to observe this in coming days, what we can call our inner compass. The inner compass always points in a direction which is harmonious, which is healthy, which is correct, which is aligned with truth. The inner compass is always illuminated with the light of wisdom. And this space that is inside us, some even call it conscience, antaratma, andar ki आवाज, all of these names are names, different names of inner compass. So in coming days, if we locate our inner compass, separate it like you separate when there is milk. If you churn the milk, the butter comes out and the water remains. So this way, our mind is composed of different parts, but they are still having separation, or in a way difference. There is a unique part which we are calling the inner compass. And if we start observing this and start asking the big questions of life, And even the smallest things we do every day just refer to the inner compass. And the answer that will come from the inner compass is always in alignment with harmony. It's always mm, easily acceptable, spontaneously acceptable. That is why in Hindi it is also called Sahaj Svikriti. Sahaj means spontaneous. It means effortless. Effortless. And Svikriti is acceptance. Now we ask our inner compass, do I want to live spontaneously or do I want struggle in my life? Instantly it will say spontaneity, flow, not struggle. And why does struggle come in our life? Because one of the reasons is that we lose touch with our inner compass. Go back to your childhood. Try to go back to your first memories. You will just remember how spontaneous we all were. Sahaj. Why? Because we were not thinking too much. We were simply following the inner compass. And that's why we were simple beings. But as we grew up, the light of the inner compass, which shone like a sun inside, it got covered by layers and layers of other beliefs, predispositions that basically prevented the light from shining and going out into my actions and behavior, into my thinking and decision making. Everything became clouded because we started relying on our thinking and logic and our beliefs, rationality a bit too much while leaving aside and forgetting our inner compass. So now in coming days, let's live our life, smallest things, with our inner compass and go to it for advice. For example, if we are having a problem in a relationship with someone in home or at work, and we are feeling bitter or complaining, or we don't know what to do, how to handle, then instantly, if we develop the tool to access our inner compass, we can refer it for advice and see what answer it will give. And trust me, sometimes the answers just surprise us. Like, for example, there is someone in my life, a very dear friend from my community here where I live, and that person has some addiction problem with respect to alcohol. And it so happens that he just vanishes for 5 days at times, away from world, away from family, away from work. And this has been a repeating pattern, testing our patience every time. And then, again, it happened recently. So therein, if we start thinking what to do about it, then the mind gets overwhelmed. Even the feeling comes sometimes. His family is also there, other people are there. People feel like giving up on the person. But then what we did is did an exercise that let's access our inner compass and just see, do we still accept this person as he is and not want to change the person anymore? We accept the reality that this person right now has this limitation, and we really love them and we want to be with them. And then suddenly everything changes. All judgments also drop. Very important judgments that this person is not right. No, he will never heal. He will never learn. These beliefs, judgments, conclusions, everything just drops, and you're suddenly filled with empathy for the person. And from a space of complaining, now we enter into a space of solving the problem with the person. And suddenly our focus is firstly on providing a safe space where they feel accepted, cared, not judged. And then these are symptoms, our habits, our addictions, our behavior, our trigger points are all symptoms. They are never the root problem of anything. So then the work next moves to, let's go and solve this problem with inner engineering. Like, why is this happening? Let's get to the why. So when this was proposed to people around who were initially very frustrated some days ago, couple of days ago, everyone calmed down. It was instantly acceptable, naturally acceptable to everyone, that here is our friend and family member who needs our support in this moment. And our responsibility is to try to understand him and stand with this person. Suddenly, the air was light and easy. And now, with regard to what should we do, how should we handle on a day to day basis, that's a smaller and secondary question, which depends on the context. Like yesterday, we discussed, no, being and doing. So, being, so first with this person, we worked on our being, that I accept this person. And we don't judge. Then second is doing, होना, करना. So if we are at peace with this person, in Hindi we say हम peace में हैं, होना, right? हम प्रेम में हैं, होना. ये बड़ी चीज है. करना एक छोटी चीज होती है जो निकल जाती है यहाँ से, और वो तो हर सिचुएशन, it basically the karna, the doing bit depends on the situation and context. So yesterday we discussed this flow. We are doing to be happy, for happiness. Who's being happy, let's say. Then there is another flow. I am being happy and then doing things. Sukhi ho ke karna. In our life, we can have both. Sukhi ho ke karna, sukh ke liye karna. We can write this down. Sukhi ho ke karna, sukh ke liye karna. So now in our relationships, if we go to our natural acceptance, सहज स्वीकृति, तो सबसे पहले हम लोग अपने होने में we want सहजता or spontaneity. This itself is happiness. When we are flowing, right? Sahajta, happiness. So if we access our natural acceptance and Sahaj Svikriti, it will be a direct shortcut without too much intellectual knowledge, without too much gyan, reading the books, okay? Even no big yoga practice is required. We will instantly know what is Sahaj for me, what will bring happiness in my relationships, and we will become happy in that moment when we see it naturally, and we will come to these exercises when we go to harmony in self, and then we do accordingly. ये बात है ना. Any questions or observation or comments so far?
आयुष जी, आई हैव वन क्वेश्चन। जैसे
हाँ.
हम कुछ जैसे हम खुश हैं किसी काम से और फिर हम कर रहे हैं तो वो खुशी देता है। नाउ देर इज़ अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ वर्क आई एम डूइंग जस्ट फॉर माई लिविंग और एक एक
Mhm.
ऐसा काम होता है जिसमें मुझे खुशी मिलती है। सो
Mhm.
देर इज़ अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन मीनिंगफुल वर्क एंड वर्क, तो उसमें क्या
Correct.
डिफरेंस होता है एग्जैक्टली exactly? और हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट वेदर आई एम डूइंग द मीनिंगफुल वर्क और जस्ट वर्क।
I really can relate to your question, Danya. मतलब I myself go through this. I have been through this a lot even recently. So again, we can access our natural acceptance, Sahaj Svikriti, intuition. Also, it is called, right? कि भाई, is this work aligned with my soul's purpose or not? You know,
यस,
does this vibrate in my heart? Does this
यस,
strike the chords of my heart or not? Am I made for this or not? है ना? If the answer is no, then we know it is not. Na? Whatever we are doing. So first in life, the first step will be to at least correctly identify that sometimes, we are so unconscious, and many people in society, because of the education we got, we are living behoshi mein, unconscious. Na? So we are numb. So being numb, we don't even know that whatever we are doing is not, making my heart sing, right? So, but it's a big gift the moment we realize that, okay, this is not making my heart, like sing and flutter its wings, and this something else is what really rings true to my heart. तो वो पहचानना सबसे जरूरी है. That's the first step, to identify. And then how do we transition is a how level question, is not a what and a why, right? हमारी लाइफ में सबसे important questions, we ask so many questions, so let's just order. What is most important is a how, what, why, which is the most important.
वाई, वाई इज इम्पोर्टेंट।
Anyone feels differently?
What?
What is most important? So, Subramaniam, can you explain your thinking behind it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Your voice is unclear.
I will put in the chat.
Acha. So, Anya, would you like to share why you feel why is most important?
या एट टाइम्स व्हाट इज हमें क्या करना है। सो आई बिलीव अगर मुझे कुछ करना है तो उसके पीछे मेरा कुछ ऑब्जेक्टिव होगा कि मैं कोई कार्य कर रही हूँ, बट मैं क्यों कर रही हूँ इज मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट। सो इसलिए मुझे लगता है कि वाई, अगर मेरा वाई क्लियर है तो फिर व्हाट और मुझे कैसे करना है ये थोड़ा सा मुझे क्लियर होगा। बट अगर मैं क्यों कर रही हूँ किसी कार्य को, अगर मुझे ये ही नहीं पता है तो मुझे लगता है कि ग्राउंड लेवल पे थोड़ी प्रॉब्लम है। ऐसी मेरी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है अभी, आई कैन बी रॉन्ग बट यस।
Hmm. So, you are saying that if you do anything without knowing the why, so that feels like a problem to you. But when you know why you are doing something, then you know the main reason behind every action, and that gives you like a certainty and comfort. Hmm. Okay, Subramaniam has said something. Let us see. Chat. What is important is the most basic question. It will lead to why it is important. Okay, but how will we to that? I feel straight away that to feel what is important, even to know that it is important, we need reasons why it is important. How will we identify that this thing is important without knowing why it is important? Also, if we go to what to do, what career to choose, what job to do, where to spend my most time, what decision to make. As human beings, we always, whatever we are doing, aren't we doing for harmony? Every human, this we will explore more when we go to the 9 values of relationship and we go into trust as well. But as we said, everyone, harmony has an E or not? Maybe no E. So, everyone, whatever we are doing, the why is harmony. This we can all agree. It's the basic why set for every human being. Now, only based on the samaj or samskar and understanding of the human being, based on our kabiliyat or ability, we decide what to do so that I get in harmony. So, Subramaniam, many people are simply doing things not knowing why they are doing things. It is because somebody told me. It is because all my friends do it. It is because their why. Na? Their why is because everyone says this is right thing to do. Now it is possible that in a room of 100 people, 99 people could be wrong, no? And one person could be right, and that could be you. If you also take their why and you do not know your why, then you may just do the same what as they do. And that may be a problem. As human beings, what motivates us is a belief. We believe in things. Sometimes our beliefs are correct, sometimes incorrect. Okay? But whatever we believe in, we are committed to our beliefs. We can observe ourselves. We are committed to beliefs. For example, when Martin Luther King used to take a speech in front of the parliament out there, then thousands and lakhs of people would come from far away, in a bullock cart, in a bus, in a horse cart, or walking to attend his speech. Why? Why? Because they believed in his why. He talked that as human beings, we are all meant to live free. And there are some laws made by God and some laws made by human beings. And it is possible that the laws made by human beings may not be aligned with laws made by God. And whosoever believed in it came from far, far away to see him. They did not come to meet Martin Luther King. No, they believed in the why. Even if you go and see any Steve Jobs marketing speeches and videos, everywhere he talks about why. Why should you buy iPhone? Because he says their slogan was think differently. They did not say we have this extra feature you should buy because our camera has these many pixels. No, their entire marketing campaign set an aspiration for everyone. Think differently. And everyone who related to thinking differently in their life related with the brand. We subscribe for the why. And hence, the what is always there. What is choice 1, choice 2, choice 3? These are the whats we deal with. Now, which is the most important what, like Subramaniam says? It will have a solid why behind it. Solid, valuable. This why serves me some big value. Then only I will do it. So, Danya, you need to just go and ask why about everything. Maybe the reason to do the job you are doing
Yeah,
is you need
actually,
some.
I'm on that path. I'm on
Uh-huh.
that path, but I just want to understand that whether I'm thinking in the right direction. So I just want to know certain parameters.
Mm-hmm.
Although it is something which I think about 24 into 7, and
Mm-hmm.
even if I wake up in the morning, so I know that it is something which is going to drive me in life. But still I am thinking that I should get some parameters on the basis of which I can identify and I can conclude, yes, this is it. Although I'm having a strong feeling, but still something is there. I don't know what is there. That is uh, something is there. I don't know. But yes, that is driving me. It can be the fear. It can be the criticism, because I know a lot of things are going to happen if I
Mm-hmm.
choose that path. That's there. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Let's say that, Danya, I'm putting a dot here on the board. Okay. Let's say this is your purpose, your harmony. Okay.
Yeah.
This is your North Star. Okay. This. Now, getting to the, you are here somewhere. Okay. Now, getting to the North Star, you see, there are certain roadblocks, like खड्डा है रोड में, ऐसे जा रहे हैं तो गिर सकते हैं, है ना? You are seeing कि गिर सकते हैं, खाई है, पहाड़ के नीचे खाई है, you can fall down. Okay, how the path is difficult also. You are visualizing this. But if your sight stays focused on this, your problems, then you will circle around your problems.
Yes.
But if your sight is here, okay, then you will get here. It will manifest in your life. हो जाएगा और सहज रूप में होगा. It will not be with struggle. What my first advice is, keep your eye fixed on this. You came to Earth, you have a very rare experience of being human, right? It's a big opportunity, not to be wasted. Must remember. ना फिर छोटे मोटे fears के लिए वो मौका ना छूट जाए. Okay. Now there is also no smoke without fire. So whatever fears you have, there maybe some of them could be completely baseless, but not all. है ना? For example, maybe financial security. है ना? There's रुपया involved. कि भाई, and this is what we come to today also. We will work on this. Okay, in next 30 minutes. ये भी एक क्वेश्चन होगा शायद आपका, या ये नहीं है ये.
It's there.
There. So for this, now let's come to the immediately we can come to our needs, which was to be discussed today also. When this thing is there, so what you need to know is कितना चाहिए. ठीक है? Now कितना is a how level question. ठीक है? इसके लिए आपको पता होना चाहिए क्या चाहिए. ठीक है? उसके लिए पता होना चाहिए क्यों चाहिए.
Yeah, I know kitna, I know kyun.
हाँ,
I know that.
you know, बीच में क्या तो पता ही होगा.
हाँ. Yes.
ठीक है. ओके. तो अगर ये है तो फिर मेरा प्रपोजल है, दिस विल नॉट बी अ वेरी बिग नंबर. आपके
For me,
क्या में.
at present it is. At present it is.
Okay, but will it be forever?
I don't think so. If I work on it, definitely it is not going to be. I have to
So you,
plan things in that manner. Yeah.
yes, exactly, है ना. अब देखिए क्या जो है ना is very important. हमें क्या में सब include करना है. Our lifestyle is also important, है ना. Our lifestyle including wasteful expenditure. Many times we are wasting money and energy.
Right.
So we have to identify this. Even क्या में, चलिए आ जाइए, अब जरूरत पे आ जाते हैं. अब फ्रेमवर्क पे आ जाते हैं. तो We discussed we all want harmony in self, है ना, and relationships. Okay. इसके लिए I propose we need four main things to fulfill our life's purpose and be successful. हाँ, okay. The first one, and all four are required. Even if we leave one of them, we will have a problem. We will not have harmony. I will start with first. In Hindi, it's called Suvidha. ठीक है? सेहत. Suvidha means physical facility. Suvidha means physical facility. These are definitive needs. We need all four. ठीक है? Sehat, physical. This is also physical body, health. Sorry, Sehat. Then the next is Sambandh. Relationships which are harmonious. है ना? Sambandh is relationship. Last is Samaj. By Samaj, I do not mean intellectual understanding. I mean experiential understanding. For example, if I say all is one, I am experiencing all is one and the oneness of all. Okay, that is Samaj. Comes with experience. This is understanding. For an animal, this too is sufficient for animal to feel good and harmony. You feed a cow and then the cow is happy. No, she's healthy, she has food, then वो जुगाली करती रहेगी आराम से बैठ के, and she'll chill out after that, right? No worries in her life. But to feed a human being, पहले तो till he's hungry, he'll think about food. The moment the food comes in the stomach, our mind starts to think. ठीक है? And we lose our peace. We think of what next, what to do, right? Some other problem in life. Human mind cannot rest with an empty stomach. Animal mind rests. Okay? So for animal consciousness, and this is good enough. Okay? But not for humans. For humans, we need all four. Take out anything and we will have a problem. Okay? Suvidha mein kaisi suvidha? Prosperity. More suvidha than what my family needs, so that we have extra and it can be used to serve the world. That's the ideal place we want to be. But we have not correctly identified the suvidha we need. That's our problem, which we will dive into. For example, is air that we breathe a suvidha? Correct? Do we need healthy air to breathe for our health? We do. That becomes a parameter. But who thinks about healthy air so importantly? It's not in our decision making. Very less. We need good water to drink. We don't think about it. Even the furniture we have in our house, most houses I go to, it's not very well planned. Matlab, sofas, there are sofas in living room where you can't sit straight. Your spine will be bent. Bent spine, energy is not flowing. Along with breathing, I forgot that day. Second most important thing is posture, straight spine. So if our furniture does not allow us to sit straight, even though we have money to buy it, but it is wasted because it's not serving the purpose of health and also not understanding. A spine which is bent like this, that person will not have confidence. That person will not be thinking positively. आप खुद try कीजिए. Sit straight like this, chest open, and so confident we will feel instantly. And mind will work with more focus. But the moment we are like this, we are lost in thought and not confident. है ना? So hence, वो सुविधा भी क्या? Which helps in our sehat, which helps in our sambandh, which helps in our samaj. That's the purpose of Suvidha. Okay? Now, इसमें से कुछ भी अगर हम हटा दें, तो will we have harmony? Remove anything. No, right? नहीं होगा. Now, what is least important out of these? सब नेसेसरी है, एब्सोल्युटली नेसेसरी, उस पर डाउट नहीं है. बट इंपॉर्टेंस टू बी इन हार्मनी, in order to be in harmony in myself and in my relationships, what is least important to be in harmony? Anyone?
Physical facilities, Suvidha.
Mm-hmm. Anyone differs on this? No. All right. What is most important? It can be one or two things, doesn't have to be only one. What is most important?
It has to be understanding along with the health.
Not relationship?
No, it is there. It is there. It has to be.
So are these three equally important?
They are somewhat correlated, as per me.
Of course, they are correlated. इसमें तो doubt ही नहीं. Everything is correlated. But let's say if you had to choose two possible lives, okay, lifetimes. One lifetime you have a very healthy body, very fit, live till 120 years. Okay. The second, but you have poor relationships. Second lifetime, you have very beautiful relationships, but health is not so great. Okay. ठीक है, मतलब उतनी अच्छी नहीं है health. Which would we prefer? Which would you prefer?
Health, then.
So you'll prefer health. Now, this is why I did natural acceptance exercise. Okay. We all have, not through our logic and intellect, through what is naturally acceptable. Would you want happy relationship with, you have brother or sisters at home, right? Would you like harmony with your brothers, sisters? Would you like good relation with your mother, father? You are very
Yes.
healthy, but no one speaks with you.
Yeah.
You live. So what would you choose? Would naturally acceptance से अपना access
Yeah, we
कीजिए
are
इस बात पे.
social beings, so relationships.
नहीं, ये भी intellect से आ रहा है कि we are social beings, या ये natural acceptance से आ रहा है? You know, this is what we have to access, right? My mother, my father, my brother, my children. Okay, one is a good life with them, and I'm not so great looking. I don't have strong muscles, right? I'm not as healthy. I fall sick once in a while, right? I have bloating in my stomach. I live with mild problems,
Yes.
but I have good relationships. In second lifetime, super fit, going to gym every day, eating well, doing yoga for the body. But I do not feel connected with any person, nor do they feel connected with me. Will we be in feel harmony? This is what we need to ask our inner compass. So my proposal is, these two are most important. This is second, this is third. The role of Suvidha is to serve Sehat and serve this. This is the role. This is why we need Suvidha, to serve one and two. Okay? Not the reverse. We do not need relationships and understanding to serve our health. But if we look, अच्छा, इस लिस्ट में और भी डाल सकते हैं चीजें. सुविधा के अलावा entertainment, yesterday we put no entertainment, consumerism, five senses, bhog, like overeating, over drinking, whatever, all these things, right? Are these needed for our harmony, or can we have harmony without this? Can I have harmony without compulsive shopping habits, buying new clothes every week? I can be in harmony. Can I be harmony without engaging in spending too much on entertainment? Yes, there are people living in a village somewhere in a corner, very much harmonious. Now, and they have celebration in relationships. This is where it replaces entertainment. Five senses, bhog, all these things we do not need. But now let us look at our life effort, which we already went through. Where is it more? Our effort in entire life is in this direction. entertainment, consumerism, five senses भोग, show off, and Suvidha, get more money. Acha, by the way, is money Suvidha or money sadhan? I will call it money. I am writing it separately. Why I'm saying money is not Suvidha? Because we don't eat money, we don't wear money, we don't drink money. It's not the actual physical facility we consume. Money is a sadhan to get that physical facility. Okay. So even I'll say सुविधा पे भी ज्यादा ध्यान नहीं है हमारा. हमारा ध्यान इस सेक्टर पे है. None of this is need in our life. Neither show off, and money is not a direct need. It's an indirect need. It is needed. Okay, today we need it. But indirect, and if humanity and society and communities and family start identifying the correct suvidha we need for our generations, then role of money will become less and less over time. It will become less because we do not need so much things, all of this, which money buys for us. है ना? ये सब money लाता है. We do not need a lot of stuff which money gets to us. We only need some suvidha, and it is not a lot. Not a lot. Now, today's main agenda will be then for us is to work on this fact. Firstly, we've identified that maximum effort is here, which is, I will say, very less useful or useless stuff. Either less useful or useless. Maximum effort is here. And our effort on this is missing. Okay. So now let us do one exercise, everyone. And tomorrow let us meet with this. Let's identify, visualize the perfect life and lifestyle, which includes the place we live, the job we do, the routine we have every day, the food we eat, the kind of house we have, the furniture out there, the Vastu Shastra of the house. What's the right kind of place and lifestyle and activities and relationships that I need in my life? And then let's figure out the suvidha we need for that. Okay, this will be an exercise for us. Like what kind of home, for example, home, clothes, vehicle. It's also important, shared or personal. Many times we can share things also, no? Between joint family, community, okay? That's part of the lifestyle we will visualize. Are we part of a community or are we living alone, right? So are we, what kind of sambandh we have? This is part of our visualization. What kind of relationships we want. Then, and to be with them every day or be in touch. Clothes हो गया, vehicle हो गया. सुविधा चाहिए हमको broadly इन चीजों के लिए. Food हो गया. रोटी, कपड़ा, मकान, travel. फिर अगला आता है communication, like internet, TV, newspaper, information access, communication, and information access. We need access to information, but this is sort of a higher need. This is basic need. Even vehicle, I'll say, is not so basic. We can live without it. Basic needs are for survival. These are higher needs, vehicle. Then also, let's say, education. And true education. I'm not meaning literacy. I'm not meaning the system of today, but real education, which takes us to samaj. You know, this is the purpose of education, right? The role of education is to take us from animal consciousness, who's simply focused on this stuff, useless stuff, right? To focus on relationship, harmony, understanding, health. That's the role of education, to bring us to human consciousness from animal consciousness. Now, let us just figure out, visualize what is the education needed and how can it be provided? Can it be only provided by elite premium schools in Delhi, which take 3 lakh fees per child every month? And is that education sufficient? What they're providing, is it enough? Is it correct? We need to know. And that is what we need to samaj, understand, right? Then we will know. Many parents, for example, are homeschooling their children. I have met them. I've also done homeschooling. So They don't spend a lot of money on education. They buy gears for their children, sorry. And I met those children. They are amazing. They are above the level of their classmates every time I've met them, much ahead of people going to normal schools. Okay. They are not spending lakhs of rupees on education. In fact, nothing. These children are traveling with their parents. Vehicle, all these things, information access, communication, food, what right kind of food we need, right, which is healthy. So let's please identify, keeping health in mind, relationship in mind, and understanding a healthy lifestyle, what is our need, and this will then give us how much money we need. Okay, ऐसे होगा. And maybe many things we need without money हमारा arrange हो जाएगा. Maybe we have farms, किसी की जमीन है, you have community access, food can be arranged. So our thing for tomorrow, everyone can tonight do a homework, and please let's do it together with our family. Pick up one person in the family and visualize with them the ideal lifestyle that we as humans need, right? It could mean that we shed light on things we never saw before. For example, I said in Suvidha, the kind of furniture we have in home, how many rooms we need, what kind of vastu we need, what kind of furniture we need. Do we need so many items to put in showcase? Is it a need or is it a higher aspiration? Because in many homes, these homes are like museums, full of showpieces, all collector's items. There's no place to stand, sit, do yoga asana, to lie down. It is full with collected objects which serve no real value in our life, right? Instead, if we clear the clutter away from home, when the house is light and minimal, our mind will be light and minimal. It just happens. A full house fills the mind, an empty house or minimal house makes the mind minimal. This is my experience, and everyone can verify themselves. Of course, it's a proposal. तो what इससे पता चलेगा ना, अब उतना सारा एक्स्ट्रा हम शो पीस लाते हैं, we spend lakhs of rupees buying things which serve no purpose, and sometimes a negative purpose they serve. They take away space for other things we could do. So we need to clearly identify what is needed for harmony. Any questions or comments so far? Okay. Great. Okay. Danya, does this make sense to you?
Yes, I got a completely new perspective. So yes, it is going to be very beneficial.
What is the new perspective that you got?
We know these things, okay, but we don't actually dive deep into all these things, and the homework that you have gave for us today, okay, so we will work on it. Otherwise, we know this. We have been since childhood, we know roti, kapda, and makan and everything, but we don't plan the things the right way. So I believe, yeah, that is the new thing for me.
Yes. What we need to do tomorrow is detailing of it now. जैसे रोटी चाहिए तो कैसी रोटी चाहिए, पेस्टिसाइड वाली रोटी चाहिए, ऑर्गेनिक चाहिए, राइट? वो भी हमेशा, do we need always wheat atta? Is it healthy for us, or should we have ragi, jowar, bajra, mix of millets and other things as a roti also? So let's go into specific and detail out. Roti को भी zoom in करके expand कीजिए, and then we will know how to source these things. है ना? And maybe sometimes the path we choose, hey, where do you live, Danya?
Yeah, Indore, Madhya Pradesh.
Indore. Okay, nice. So, by the way, I may be coming to Indore in December because I'm doing a South India trip. And do you know Asmakam? There's
Yes,
a
I've been there, yeah.
so I know that family since many years. So I'll be visiting them in December. That's my plan. So maybe we'll meet. So great, आप इंदौर में हो, जहाँ पे भी हो. So living in Indore, now you can see how Indore can serve you fulfill this. Okay, उसके साथ देखिए. For some of us, it may be a choice, about the place we live. Is this the right place to live, arrange this lifestyle we need? ये भी question आ जाता है. Sindhu, what are your thoughts? Would you like to share something?
I think what we have discussed is absolutely right. It's just about being conscious about it. And, making the right choices, being aware of what we need and how much we need.
Hmm. Hmm. So we may need to go in specifics and figure out what we need, why we need
That's right.
this, and how
That's right.
much we need. For
That's
example,
right.
why for roti, right? We eat wheat
Yeah.
too much, everybody in society, and it's leading to a lot of problems in our health.
Yeah. It's like saying that, you like to, you like the dish on the table, you know, but you can eat only so much. That's the gut that your gut, which will allow you to eat only
Hmm.
so much. But the
Hmm.
tongue will say, I want more, right? And
Yeah.
you tend to overeat thereafter.
Right.
So
Right.
that's
Right.
the part you have to be conscious about. And, that's where you need to stop.
Yes. Yes. Correct. So we need
You
to
know,
basically go into
similarly,
detailings, understand
yeah,
exactly everywhere what we need, why we
similarly,
need. Uh-huh.
सिमिलरली जैसे ये समझ है, अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, सो ये समझ, ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग या तो स्पॉन्टेनियस है, या तो हम उसके बारे में हमारा जो थॉट है, आई मीन दैट्स द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, बियॉन्ड स्पॉन्टेनिटी. तो जैसे हम ओवरथिंक भी करते हैं, सो कि कहाँ पे रुकना है, बिकॉज कई बार होता है कि बहुत क्लाउडेड हो जाता है आपका माइंड. सो
Hmm.
अगर आपको लगता है कि ओके, इसके बियॉन्ड नहीं आप समझ पा रहे हैं ऑन अ गिवन मोमेंट और अ डे. So I think it can be also a good idea that we give it a break. We sleep through the night,
Yes.
wake up on it again.
Yes. Uh-huh. Correct. It's very important to give time to certain things. Most important note, when we sleep in the night and before we go to sleep, we have to observe our being with
Yeah,
respect to the situation or the person. Is our being in harmony or conflict?
correct.
So till we arrive in harmony and use our natural acceptance, Sahaj
Yeah,
Svikriti, inner compass, that our inner compass will instantly tell not in harmony, want to be in harmony, accept the other person, forgive the other person, right?
right, right.
And try to make it work, make them feel safe in the relationship. So this we will
Yeah,
know. So till we
yeah,
arrive feeling that. So first step will identify, okay, I'm not feeling like that, but this is the right way to feel. Then
yeah,
second step is give it time, like sleep over it or whatever it takes,
yeah.
deep breathe, but come to feeling that harmony first and then
Right.
see
Like
what
in
we do.
relationships also, be it with your mother, father, your partner, anybody, your children, if you have any. So uh, even in those relationships, how much should you accept and how much should you detach with? I mean, that of course becomes a matter of charcha again, which we can continue maybe
We
for
can continue.
on the
Yes,
next
yes,
session.
yes. Uh-huh.
बिकॉज़ कई
Right.
बार ऐसा भी होता है ना कि आपको लगता है कि अच्छा, मेरी मदर का मुझसे एक सर्टेन एक्सपेक्टेशन है, ठीक है?
Mhm.
बट आपका जो योर इनर कंपास सेज कि ओके, ये एक्सपेक्टेशन है, इतना होना चाहिए, यहाँ तक ठीक है, बट इसके बियॉन्ड जो है, मे बी कि मेरे इनर कंपास
Can
से
you
वो
speak
मीट
in
नहीं कर
English,
रहा है.
Sindhu? Subramaniam
So,
is not
let's say my
understanding.
mother has a certain level of expectation with me. I'm talking about the level. Now, that level of expectation, my inner compass will say, okay, up till here, this expectation is all right because it's in sync with my inner compass. Beyond that, I mean, can I detach with it? Or
What do you
should
mean
I,
by detachment?
in the sense that, I can continue with my inner compass and say, okay, up till here, this is an acceptable idea. Beyond this, it may not be a very good idea, but then I'm concerned about my mother's expectation. The
Ah,
part which my inner compass is not allowing me to, go beyond. Now
yeah.
that becomes a matter of conflict in your head.
Yes.
So, of
Yes.
course, I think we should have a session on this as well.
Correct. 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 That how to align on that. Yes.
How to
We
align,
can have.
yes.
Yes. Yes.
Because
And
many
in
a
the
times, this is where we get caught,
right. Yes.
trying to fulfill
So
the other person's expectation beyond our inner compass.
so let's discuss on this tomorrow. This is a
Okay.
good point. है ना? So इस पे
Because it's
करते
about
हैं.
relationships as well, which is with understanding that relationship is important.
Correct. In short, to Sindhu, both people in relationship need to work on their own understanding.
Right,
है ना? And
right.
that is where the more mature both people become, the more harmony they can
आपसी
find in
तालमेल.
relationship.
Right.
You
आपसी
can say
तालमेल.
in Hindi आपसी तालमेल.
हाँ. तो
तो
उसके लिए
बेसिकली
समझ
जिसको
बनानी पड़ेगी. हाँ.
हाँ, उनकी सामने वाली को भी रियलाइज कराना पड़ेगा.
और वो, in order to help them realize, first we have to be mature. We should not be reacting. We should not be behaving wrongly. And we should
Right.
provide a space where the other person does not feel our ego fighting
Yes.
with them.
Yes.
They
Yes.
just feel
Yes.
compassion. They feel peace. Our energy
Right.
should be peace. So
Right.
when we are with anybody who's peaceful, our anger fades away.
True that. True that.
है ना? तो पहले
True that.
we have to make ourselves grow in the relationship
Yeah.
and provide that right energy and space in the home.
Right.
Be like the sun and the moon, beautiful together in the home. And so that, the good energy just affects everyone and everyone calms down. And only a relaxed and calm mind is receptive. Agitated
Correct.
mind is not receptive.
Correct.
है ना? The first goal is to make our relative feel better and relaxed.
By all means.
पहले तो है ना, पहले तो वो करें, and
हाँ.
we can tell, hey, we do have a conflict, but let's first be calm down, relax,
Yeah.
let's smile and laugh a bit, and then let us discuss. And second thing, in relationship, there are two approaches. Every relationship can have a complaint-driven approach. Okay,
Right.
both people go and complain to each other. And what
Right.
is a complaint? Complaint is a problem statement with a feeling of conflict. You feel
Yes.
conflicted. Okay, there's a bad feeling to complain. है ना?
Yes.
Second thing is solution-driven mindset in a relationship. Both
Right.
people only want solution to problems. They do not want complaints.
Right.
And this can be a contract in the relationship. Conscious, right? We will not complain. We will solve together.
Right.
That's why we are together.
You know,
तो हो जाएगा.
coming from a lawyer, I have to come up with a spiritual contract in this case.
Yes, yes. And such contracts are very good actually, in
Yes.
relationships. They're very good because they set the framework of how to be together and grow.
Yes. Yes.
है ना? This is something even I want to work on. Maybe someday we will together make a contract for different relationships and share a template with the world.
You know,
Yes.
in the lighter vein, I came across two buddies, childhood friends, and they were pretty happy living the life they were living. And one time I walked into their room and they were chit-chatting. Last
Hmm.
May they concluded that, next time onwards, you're not going to fool me and vice versa. I said, what a contract this is.
Right. Hmm. Binky, would you like to share something before we sign off?
So basically, my idea of living and thinking is that the person I am, my beliefs are, I live a day once a time. I don't think so much what's going to happen next or something. And I am quite practical about things, which are like what I observe, thing, I process. And I think every person, mostly on women's, the intuitions are very strong. So what I observe, I process that, and then my body, my mind reacts in different way. Like earlier I used to react, when I used to feel hurt, I used to say things like एक का दो करके मैं बोल सकती थी मुंह पे. But with experiences and life experiences and things, I stop doing that. Now I distance myself from the things or the place or any organization or community where I am not welcomed, where I'm not appreciated. So which makes me feel calmer and happier, because my belief is not thinking कि कल क्या होगा, परसों क्या होगा, what's gonna happen this, if I don't earn this much of money, what's gonna happen, because I I know that अगर कुछ भी नहीं करूँ तो I have my father's bit of land or money where I can survive my living. मेरे पास खाना तो मुझे मिल जाएगा, रहने को एक घर भी मिल जाएगा, छोटा सा कमरा मिल जाएगा. So my idea of living is very minimal living, कि मुझे नहीं चाहिए वो सब. And my idea of living is कि not today, but tomorrow, if I get an opportunity, I don't want if I have kids, I don't want my kids to go to a expensive colleges or school. I would prefer home tutoring. And also I prefer to travel as much as you can, because I am a person since 15 years old. I have been traveling alone. I have seen the world alone, not entire world, but I've been seeing world alone. So I met different kind of people. I don't prefer hotels, luxury hotels. I prefer hostels or homestays. So where I can communicate with people, where I meet new people and talk to them. So I want my future generation or person who is related to me, I would suggest always to go travel as much as you can and don't think much kal kya hone wala hai, because it's never gonna happen the way you think or you imagine. It's gonna happen. The world is framed. Jo hona hai, hona hai. But yeah, it's very obvious. There are things which you're worried of, like your parents' health, your loved one's health. That is the most important factor for me, kyunki I have built those kind of relationship, not too much of relationship, but one or two, where I know I will be welcomed, I'll be cared, and my priority is health. Because if you are healthy mentally, physically, things will work the way you want or may not, but you can process thing and you can think बेटर वे कि हाँ चलो ये नहीं हुआ, एटलीस्ट डिप्रेशन में रह के वो चीज को या एंजाइटी में रह के वो चीज को आप कभी वर्क कर ही नहीं सकते हो. सो बेटर लेटिंग गो. एंड उस टाइम में अगर यू हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ ओवरवेल्म फीलिंग लाइक एंगर, इमोशन, एनी काइंड ऑफ इमोशन, जस्ट वेंट इट आउट. डोंट कीप इट टू योरसेल्फ. अगर किसी इंसान से आपको कुछ प्रॉब्लम हुई है, खराब हुई है, आई प्रिफर नॉट टू कीप इट टू माई सेल्फ, बिकॉज आई नो दैट विल अफेक्ट माई फिजिकल एंड ऑल्सो मेंटल हेल्थ. So I would prefer go and tell the person कि देखो तुम्हारी इस वजह से मुझे ये चीज खराब लगी है, so that I let the person know this affected me. And if he is smart enough or the other person is genuine about the relationship we carry together, that person will not do that or take care of that thing for future. If not, then it's okay. I will move on with my things, but I would definitely let the other person, any relationship, my mother, my father, my partner, my child, to know that yes, this affected me, and just keep in mind कि ये मुझे affect करता है, because I'm attached to you. It's very normal for every human being to have an attachment, because I expect my pet to
Thanks
come
for
running
sharing,
to me.
Pinky, but I have to stop you now. Time हमारा over हो गया है.
Yeah.
So we can. I just wanted a quick recap आज के session पे अगर आपको कुछ लगा. And this discussion we can continue आगे भी. Anything you wish to share है ना? So
Yes.
we wrap up कर लेते हैं. Quickly, Manish चाचा भी हैं यहाँ पे. चाचा जी, you want to share something as we conclude, and then we wrap up. We are 8 minutes above the time.
No.
Okay. चलिए, बहुत बढ़िया. Thank you so much. Let's have quickly a deep breathing and then we'll chant Om and wrap this up. आइए. Let this be. आ जाओ. 3 rounds, deep breath. We let and soak in and digest the energy from today. We'll chant Om. 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 Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Have a good evening.
Thank you so
Radhe
much.
Radhe.
Thank you.
Radhe
Radhe Radhe ji.
Thank you.
Radhe Radhe.